Hello and welcome back to the PSISTORM Esports Network. I'm your host, Chickenman, here to bring you your weekly esports news and highlights. We'll be covering major esports tournaments going on across the entire spectrum of games. First up on the list today is Valorant. Lots of VCT action this week as we head into the Challengers 2 finals for North America between Cloud9 Blue and the Sentinels, who would win with a clean 3-0 sweep. Strong heading into those regional finals.
What's Heaven, can it get done? Dapo for a couple of kills, and that might be it. 5 versus 2, Cloud9. That could be the tournament over.
Tens will fall though. Mitch trying to keep the play alive. It's Zoms and Dapper working together. Aftershock will push them out. Zeta gonna be good for 2. This would be a 1v3 for him, but not gonna happen. Bulls on parade. 6 finds the final kill. Sentinels in 3 maps are your champions of Challengers number 2.
Korea finished up their group stage for their regional finals, cementing the 8 teams in the playoffs. PNL Esports notably only losing 26 rounds, winning twice that amount to have the best record going into the round of 8.
Open things up, pull the Tarkus back. Kelly gets flashed. 1v2 for Texture.
Texture comes out, gets Europa. Anyone's game now. Oh, takes down Godlike, and they go up 7-5. That was awesome.
7-5?
What? That was one of the best rounds. Like,
The EMEA region, Europe, the Middle East, and Africa, began their group stage. So far, BBL Esports and Futbolist have been eliminated. There are still opportunities for any of the rest of the teams to make it into the playoffs. Brazil, close to finishing their Challengers 3 bracket as 2 teams, Slick and In Gaming Esports, qualified for the regional finals, with 4 teams left to battle it out for the final 2 spots. That's all for Valorant Champions Tour this week. Go check out what League of Legends has in store for us. From the European Masters Spring 2021, we had 4 groups play to get into the knockout stage with 8 teams: UCAM Esports Club, Makers, Carmine Corp, SupUp Esports, Misfits Premier, BTXL, BIG, and Mouse Sports, battling it out this coming week in the top 8.
To jump onto Crest, but Koldo's in the area as well. Gets the lockdown as the minions are going to block from any spear potentials. The Sky Splitter's been used and Priker's coming in. He's got himself the Attract and Repel stun to lock him down, as now Watchan has to flash away as the Zap will ping him in the bum as he walks out of this one. And just doesn't want to go near the tower. Renekton Nidalee, like we said, really horrible to play into. But now that he's got himself a new deer, the bear slaps, the flicks, the fear beyond death, and that is a crocodile gobbled up by Doxy.
Down and out, Anna want to keep the pace going. Kaskos there underneath the tower. This will be a second charge at minimum. As Loki moves in and dominant, he doesn't want to let Kaskos defend unanswered. In with the killer instinct, the knockup is there, and Kaskos is eliminated.
But he just comes over the wall. That's leader into the fight. The railgun's been popped, and it's already a 2-for-1, a 3-for-1 in favor of Mouse. Sebex, like you said, he's fed, but he's not fed enough, and Leader's just going to slide in with the Shuriken flip. Durkin can't even do the damage as Leader will look to close this one out. Sebex able to survive for a very long time as Leader will use the stopwatch to survive. Pride Stalker tanking the tower for his mid laner. 22 kills to 4 right now, and Mouse may just have done it. They may just have closed out this game and closed out Group C with a win.
Meanwhile, in the League Championship Series, the finals of the Academy Proving Grounds saw No Org take down C9 Academy in the finals 3-1. Now let's dive on into some Counter-Strike, where there are 5 different events to cover this week. Starting with the Spring Sweet Spring, where they finished up the regional Swiss stage. K23 and Skade coming out on top there, and now they're going to move on to the main Swiss stage.
Side get taken down one at a time, but now out towards the A bomb, so we're still the last line of defense, and now 1 more for him. Now Nate, watch out, it's going to be an absolute dunk on the P side. Now low players, but HP, it doesn't matter if the all turns his head as 1 man remains and not.
Loot Bet League began their 9th season. So far, Skade, again, sitting on top, but there are plenty of rounds left to fight for the top spot in that one. The European Development Championship finished up their group stage, determined their top 8 for Season 3, who will continue to battle it out this coming week. The first season of Republic began this week, with 4 teams sitting up at 2-0. 3 more rounds left to determine who gets to the playoffs. And of course, we've got the fun Spark Ulti, finishing up their 2020 season with a stellar grand finals that BIG was able to take 3-2 over Extra Salt.
With the first, but Fang, a consistent problem, doubling down and OC trading. It's left on to just one player and one player only. Zorty dead to
That wraps up the CSGO action this week. Next week isn't any less packed though, so stay posted. Keep you up to date on all the big Counter-Strike events. Next up is Dota 2, where the Dota Pro circuit had 6 different regional events going on this week, each split into upper and lower divisions. We've got China, North America, South America, Southeast Asia, Eastern Europe, and Western Europe. Right now, each region has started their round-robin phase. There's still too many matches to go to have any concrete results. Teams in the lower divisions are fighting for a chance to get into the upper divisions, where the top teams get placed into the majors and either the playoffs, the group stage, or the wild card stage.
He's just continuing the chase all the way into the base. He takes down everybody.
Protecting ILTW, but the Omni Slash is sticking with mind control. He can't run. Mickey, he stays on top of him. Mickey has had his mana burned away. He delivers himself 3 mangoes to try and deal with this one. The snowball rolling on through. They're going to deal with Mickey. See if they can punch him up. See if they can possibly break the coil, but they can't quite do it. They're burning him out, but he pops the mangoes, pops the spin, and now ILTW's in trouble. As the AoE damage comes raining in, he pops the doppelganger, dodges the Gotcha Review, but they found the real one almost instantly. Taiga laying out the pure damage. Mickey hot on his toes. They try and get him out. Doppelganger, the spear doesn't quite land, but one final shot. No! And to Decrepify, they're actually going to get him back to safety, but will it matter?
With the BKB. And Hishki trying to drain the mana out of these heroes, but I don't think that's enough. Hishki just popped back and now you're dead again and dead for 100. They'll look over at Marvel, who just popped back himself. Timber Chain across. Ace ends up dead to 23. They look over at 23, who's bouncing around with the Swift Slash. Omni Slash on cooldown for another 27 seconds, but they've got the Fire Snap. Fluky just kill off 1, 2, 3. They will call GG, and T1 will complete the comeback and get the victory. The Luna, they're going to go with the Ravage. They've got themselves the Refresher as well as the second Ravage. That's going to be Luna dead. 2 minutes gone without IDC. And eHome should be able to close it up.
Not every event is tied to the DPC, however. In China, the I-League 2021 continued their round-robin stage. eHome is in the top spot as they cross the halfway point of matches. Now let's move on to Overwatch next and see what they had going on this week. The Overwatch League had matches in both the East League and the West League. Philadelphia Fusion and Houston Outlaws currently sitting on top of their groups with matching 4-0 scores.
Before trickling in and delaying the inevitable.
Yeah, they're finished now. This is all but over. Nice little kill from Bianca there, but there's not really much point in you fighting any longer. Jimmy does end up going down. In fact, Flora does get an issue also, but OT is ticking down immensely quickly. Can they actually turn this around? Maybe so.
Oh, they're still trying to trickle back in. I mean, going to sleep and getting cleaned up. Yeah, no, immediately just got deleted right there. I love
an EMP for this next fight.
Goha goes for it first, though. Not much of a connection there, and four-player EMP from Assassin. I mean, that one is definitely an EMP difference, man. Still, Fearless is able to get the Primal Rage here, but no one is really going to be close enough to help him out. Getting a kill on Decay is big. Mag looking for a target so far. Finds Harmbin on the Diva. Steps outside of his bubble to avoid the damage from those micro rockets, and eventually the Valiant Fearless falls. Eventually all things must come to an end, and so does Dallas's campaign in this series. The Washington Justice make a splash.
Meanwhile, the Overwatch contenders had a few active regions this week. Bilibili Gaming winning the Chinese region regular Season 1 finals over Team Chaser. The Australian region started off their playoffs with the Dire Wolves and Ground Zero Gaming reaching the semifinals. And Korea finished up their group stage with Team CC and Talent Esports topping their groups. While we're focused on Blizzard games, let's go ahead and head into Starcraft 2 territory, where the GSL Code S really starting to heat up. They played their quarterfinals this week. Maru, Trap, Dream, and Rogue all making it through to the top 4, which will continue on this week.
5 tanks, 6 tanks. That's too many tanks.
Yeah, it's a
no tanks.
it's a situation where you can basically.
I said no tanks like no thanks, Tasteless.
Oh, I got it. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
I was like, yeah,
you didn't laugh, so I knew you didn't understand.
Yeah, well, I didn't think it was that funny, to be honest with you, but like,
it's okay if you didn't understand, Tasteless. You don't have to pretend it
my,
wasn't funny.
my sense of humor is not sophisticated enough to pick that up. GG, Mario win. Oh, well, never mind. I was going to say get this base, but that's already happened apparently. I think Trap is moments away from closing this out. If Innovation doesn't do something drastic.
Innovation has been so aggressive non-stop this game, sometimes for good, sometimes to his own detriment. And now Trap pushes forward towards a round of 4.
He's done it. GG. Trap goes on.
The Wardy TV Spring Championship continued, with Hero Marine securing the top spot in the EU group. Both groups still with matches to play. And this weekend, the World Team League Summer had its 5th round, leaving Team NV sitting on top with a 5-0 score and 6 rounds left to play. Meanwhile, in Starcraft Brood War, the Africa Star League saw Mini and Zero make it through Group A.
So late.
There's nothing left, man.
Misu still got it.
Oof.
Just forcing these fights is so crazy. He needs to shoot down that Wraith. I guess it doesn't matter anymore. Now the Reaver's here. Anything that spawns from the factory will be shot down. I mean, this just could not be more over.
Now back on over to the FPS genre. Let's hop into some Rainbow Six Siege.
Down to the first floor.
The North American League finished up this week after 9 play days. Oxygen Esports took the top spot. The Susquehanna Sonics got second place, and Mirage grabbed third.
Can't do anything about it as he misses the play from Chala. That's going to let him and the rest of TSM out into the kitchen. And on top of that, Chala nets himself a second kill. Big swing from Skies, but he's not quick enough to get the second on the Bolo, who was in the middle of planting when the first kill happened. Times at 0 now. Bolo's going to lock in NJR, here to support and here to take down Bolo.
The European League Season 2 also finished this week with Navi taking first place, BDS Esports pulling up silver, and Kawana Gaming with the bronze.
Ball down to the cover. Can it be found? Yes, Grizzly. He finds Breeder, but Shaiko finds Gorgona. It's 1 versus 1 days. 19 seconds and Grizzly finds the kill. Kawana, they've done it. They can go to bed tonight knowing that they turned over the top of the league, that they beat BDS, and that they are going from strength to strength.
Benelux League 6 continued with their 3rd play day, seeing Gamma Gaming in the top spot, but with 11 rounds left, they'll have to work real hard to keep that. And the Asia Pacific League had their Stage 1 playoffs with Elevate taking first place and Cloud9 in second.
Now the Fnatic dream has been crushed. Cyclops have risen to the momentum that they needed to get to. The moment is theirs, in their grasp, to stop what would have been one of the greater comebacks, unless Tex has maybe a twist left in the tail to spin this one final direction. 1 versus 3, full health on the Legion. Has a Gumine available as well.
Oh no.
It's a chance. If he can stop the diffuser, Tex, does he know? Oh, he gets caught by Black Gray. It's all over. Cyclops, in the final moments, rise to the moment and stop the Fnatic onslaught here on Consulate. They will take a very hard-fought victory.
Next on the docket is PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. The ESL PUBG Masters Europe finished off their Spring Grand Finals with Heroic, edging out the top spot by 2 points over Ents. Team Liquid taking 3rd place. Meanwhile, Masters Americas hit the halfway mark of rounds with Shoot to Kill currently on top of the leaderboards. We also had the PUBG Champions League finish their 2nd week with COC taking the top spot there. Now on to a little bit of what I like to call sports esports. Start with soccer, as the FIFA 21 Global Series EU qualifier saw Tom qualify on PS4 and LJR Hiexoto qualify on Xbox.
He's causing my back to go Mbappe. Elastico! It is absolutely magical!
And now for the real sports esport, Rocket League. The RLCS Season 10 North American Regional Event number 3 finished up with Team Envy in first place and NRG as the runner-up. Meanwhile, South America finished their Grand Series, where Furia Esports took the finals over Erased. Call of Duty League Stage 3 began this week.
Slow down and Looney off his spawn will find Scum, so at least got in a position where you might be able to clutch it up. 6v7 in the lives.
They can do it. They can do it. 6v6 now. Storage are on the point. This is that spot where you get the pressure onto Optic. They have to soar forward. They're worried about the objective. Second bit of progress is done. Pristini and Octane working together, but Envoy, the game field featured player, once again making plays. That's 3 in a row. 26 and 18 out of Envoy and the W.
It's a little too early in the group stage to call any of the results definitive as of yet. And our final esport of the day, the only fighting game we have this week is Mortal Kombat 11. The MK11 Pro Competition event, number 7, had regional qualifiers in Oceania, the Middle East, Europe East, and Europe West. They got more regions playing this week. Well, that's going to do it for us today. We try to cover as much of the major events going on throughout as many esports as we can, but if there's an event or an esport you'd love to see us cover, let us know down in the comments. And while you've been watching this, more events are happening, so make sure to subscribe so you can catch us next week and stay up to date with everything going on throughout the esports world. I've been Chickenman here with the PSISTORM Esports Network, and I'll see you next time.